Welcome, Lucy and Nery, to Dumb Bitch HQ.
Hey guys, look what I can do!
You dumb bitch.
Call an ambulance.
Hello, it's me, Lucy-Furr. Back again with a big number 70. That's crazy. And with me is the lovely Nery.
Hello.
And with us is the one, the only producer.
What's up?
What's up?
I know
What's
it's
up?
the one and only because we've been trying to look for another one. And we
I
haven't had a fucking
know,
chance.
there's no other producers available. They're like, work with yous? No.
Suck my dick.
And with us is the big, the beautiful. You all thought she was dead, but she's crawled out of the grave because we couldn't dig a hole big enough. It's Miss Patsy Decline.
Thought you'd seen the last of me. Well, guess what? Not lately.
It's hard to not see you because you're around every corner. I can see just a little bit.
You know, I think of you sometimes. I do, Lucy. I think whenever I go to the dentist and half my face is numb and doesn't work, I think of you.
Jesus Christ.
And yet it is correct. I always said Lucy has a great poker face. Or a great half a poker face.
Fucking hell.
It's true, but at least I'm still only three figures on the scales. So
Hey, let's not say something we can't unsay.
So yes, Patsy Decline is here with us at Dumb Bitch HQ. We had to reinforce the floors, but we did it.
We had to reinforce the floors anyway because of Lucy's love of chicken nuggets.
Hey, look,
Chicken nuggets are pretty tight.
we
though.
don't tolerate fucking chicken nugget slander here. You can say what the fuck you want about me, but you leave the nuggets.
We don't
out
need
of it.
another.
We
Jessica.
all live the nug life.
Well, it's okay. I also love nuggets. Who doesn't love chicken nuggets? I question your life choices.
We
if you
know
don't
we
love chicken
have
nuggets.
eyes. We know you like chicken nuggets
Oh,
and the rest of the chicken too.
To be fair, sometimes I've
You
got to work
pluck
with
a chicken from across the room and suddenly you're the fat bitch.
To be fair, the amount of times I've taken a whole chicken to work and just devoured it, I can understand. that.
Nothing as
What,
bad
like-
as that one.
What, like that lady in the break room that time?
And that's where I met Patsy.
No. Lucy and I have served together in the drag wars many, many years ago when the earth was still flat and dinosaurs had only recently been eradicated.
Well,
The
if you ask
secret-
Lucy, the fucking Earth is still
Well,
around.
no, listen.
Oh, it's still flat.
The Earth was flat, but it started to curve when Patsy and I went to either end of it. So it's just buckling.
Met in the middle.
And the secret was Connie Bathory. That's how we got rid of the dinosaurs.
That's how we flooded the rest of the Earth.
It's the sharp beak. I've seen her. Well, do you remember what she did to that T-Rex?
I'll never forget that.
Oh, F.
But the reason you're here, because you are a dumb bitch.
It is true. Only part-time, but yes, I have been one with the dumb bitchery. It is true.
Beautiful.
But that is okay because you know what? Everyone is a bit of a dumb bitch from time to time.
It's true. And
It's
if
when
you
you
think you're
surpass-
not, you're the dumbest.
It's when you surpass the dumb bitch to something else where you got to be worried.
Yep. All right.
And
So,
then we have to beep.
Miss Patsy Decline. You are dumb. So tell us your dumb bitch story.
So I've got two dumb bitch stories.
Let's go.
So the first is not necessarily me being a dumb bitch. It's actually Lucy being a dumb bitch.
What?
I like this.
This is unheard
in
of.
the reverse, motherfucker.
This is unheard of. Go.
So this was the first night Lucy and I ever worked together. Many, many years ago. many, many, many moons ago when the earth was still flat and Connie had only just left the cave.
She was just chowing down on the small dinosaurs.
I think what this was just before I went to the US for DragCon a few years ago. And the theme for the dance that we were both employed at was Disney. Now, I don't know about you, but I tolerate Disney. Disney for me is like chlamydia. It is a part. It's a part of the work. You have to just live with it.
Mm-hmm.
You take your ivermectin and you shut up and do your job.
You can tell someone's had chlamydia once or twice. She knows the drug off the top of her head.
How rude. For the record, I have never had chlamydia. But
Just everything else.
No, but I have supported friends who have had many other things. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Miss Huff a Face. Sorry,
I don't huff a face, I huff glue.
God. Anyway, so we got employed for this Disney-themed dance, and it was fine. It was fine. I decided to do my favorite Disney film, otherwise known as Stockholm Syndrome, the musical. That is Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
She was the beast.
Very, very close.
No.
I was Mrs. Potts. So I had my very, very dear friend Weave It to Breven, otherwise known as Breven Amel, do me up a beautiful grey wig. And I had a nice purple dress and a fur stole. And I was Mrs. Potts. And Lucy came as... was that a pirate outfit? I don't think it was.
I came as a spin-off of Ursula.
Yes.
So, I arrived at this show and I'm like, oh yeah, there's Tinkerbell, there's this. And then I saw this bitch in a dress, a big purple dress with a white wig. And I'm like, that fucking fat bitch is gonna perform before me and do Ursula garbage. I have choreographed a fucking performance with a backup dancer, and this bitch is just come in to half-ass it as some tacky Ursula with no tentacles or big makeup. And she gets up and A Tale as Old as Time starts. I'm like, oh.
You won't.
I was gonna fucking stab her.
I very nearly got stabbed that
I
night.
don't think you understand how close it was to, if I get her in the smoking area, I'm gonna chuck a swing. I was a different person back then. This was back before I had restraint.
What she means to say, this was back before she had medication.
Yeah, now I'm medicated and calm. I drink a lot of wine.
That was before both of us had medication.
Mm.
And it was, in hindsight, it was funny because our first meeting may well have turned into a punch-up, which you can't get more redacted.
I think
That's very
No,
true.
you can't.
I brought the
Redacted.
to Wollongong, that's for sure. But yeah, so that's how we first met. But conveniently enough, at the same venue, I believe, is where your second story will take place.
It does.
Ah, what a guess.
It does. It does. And I'm telling the Totoro story.
Totoro, Totoro.
Producer, if you can insert the Totoro music just after this, that would be glorious.
Oh, of
Thank
course,
you.
of course.
Thank you, producer. You are both beautiful and
I
powerful.
doesn't feel that she gets all the credit for your hard work.
Because some people look pretty and some people do the work, Lucy.
Exactly.
I know. That's why I have him.
To do the work. I know.
To
I know.
look pretty.
Taking work, guy.
And that's why I also have him.
Someone has to do
No
it.
one, no, you can't just keep doubling up. Jesus Christ.
Right?
All right, Patsy.
Anyway,
What happened?
so I did not want to do this show. So I had gotten back from the US like the week before, and I was still jet lagged. I'd gone back to work. I'd taken 3 weeks off. I'd gone to DragCon. I'd spent a couple of weeks in San Francisco. I'd seen some friends of mine because I was working for the company globally known as the Fruit Company. You can guess which one. I'll give you a hint. They're in tech. You know who they are.
Yep.
Redacted. So I can't say it because of the NDA.
Bibbit.
Anyway, so when I worked for the fruit farm, I went over there. And anyway, so I'd come back. I'd gone back to work, and it was a pretty hectic week. Anyway, the organizer of the dance said, "Yeah, we're doing a onesie party," and I thought, who wants to see me in a fucking onesie?
So she got the only onesie that would fit. Totoro, a big round creature.
No. I actually chose Totoro. I had a couple of options. I could have done that. I think I could have been a cat. I could have been a few other things. Anyway, so I chose a Totoro onesie because I love Studio Ghibli.
Who doesn't?
Look, literally my first trip overseas, my first serious trip overseas was to Japan. And our first stop was the Ghibli Museum. So I think that should tell you the sort of person that I am. Nerd!
You're welcome here. We're all nerds.
It's fine. It's okay. I know who I am. So anyway, I picked Totoro because reasons. And it also fit. Thanks, Lucy.
Just.
Well, it fit for a moment. Now, I'm going to prefix this with, so we had a different DJ that night. Normally, we'd just pick our songs on the night. That was fine. My USB wasn't working, so that was a whole thing. Anyway, so I had to kind of go and do my backup number, which is Mamma Mia, because really, who doesn't know the words to Mamma Mia?
And everyone said it after. Mamma Mia. But
Yes.
continue.
So full context, and Mama Medusa can back me up on this as a fellow big girl. Now, for a onesie party that's kind of a bit creepy and weird, we had lots of fog because the more fog, the better the performers look.
Because it covers their faces.
It makes us look good. It's like when you use a Vaseline lens. It just softens everything.
And it covers the smell of them as well.
And God knows we need softening. Anyway, so Medusa said to me right before I get on, she's like, I slipped. Just be careful out there.
Slipped.
Slipped.
Yeah, okay.
Slipped
So
over.
this particular fog syrup that we use made the floor very, very slippery. Now, because I'm a fuckwit who needs to check my brain for imperfections, I thought, I'll wear some Mary Janes that don't have any slip, that don't have much grip. It'll be fine. It's a timber floor. What could possibly go fucking wrong? It will be perfectly fine. Spoiler alert, it was not fine. So anyway, I'm doing my thing. Anyway, I go around and I spin around. I got most of the way through the song, probably 2/3. I'm getting up towards the back of the room and I fall the fuck down. And the zip at the back of my onesie goes pop.
Oh no!
So my whole ass is out. Meanwhile, a beautiful member of the public picked me up, which is no mean feat. I'm sure that man has a bulging disc now. He picked me up and got me back on, and I continued the number. Didn't miss a beat in any of this, by the way.
Nice.
Didn't miss a beat. Kept my lyrics going. Finished that. Did my thing. Anyway, it was a whole thing. And luckily, I had a dress on underneath the onesie, so I could change out of the onesie. But that onesie only lasted one night. And it is one that they always remind me of.
Totoro.
Oh,
So the question is, can you still watch Totoro without? Oh, my name Totoro.
I can absolutely watch Totoro because here's the thing. Whilst it was a dumb bitch moment, it was also stuff that was beyond my control. Yes, I could have worn grippier shoes, but have you seen the shoes that drag queens wear? They're not exactly designed for multiple hiking uses. They're not exactly we'll get the most maximal grip we can get. Not exactly.
That's very true.
The only exception is Lucy's boots. That's it.
Oh, fucking those boots. They've done some walking. So
That's
I was
great.
there that night, so I got to see it in slow motion happen. That was when the tectonic plates of the earth cracked. Because she fell over. But I must admit, I'm like, wow, she fell hard, and she's still moving, so that's good. I wasn't going to help her. I got the bad back too.
Okay, so you're
I
not
kept
the-
going
you're not the
like
member
a
of the public.
professional.
Nice.
Yeah. But
As you do.
like I said, everyone in the crowd was like, "Mamma mia, that bitch just fell."
What was the reaction at first? Was it like, oh shit, or did people laugh?
Because everything ripped. I don't think anyone laughed.
That's
I think
good, yeah.
everyone was shocked. But also a big puff of smoke went in front of her, kind of just as it started to happen, and she started to spin. And as the cloud moved past her, next minute she was on the ground. I didn't see it. I felt it
Okay.
before I saw it.
But then I got up and I kept going and I finished the song with my broken rip back Totoro onesie. But, at least I kept going.
That's good.
And that's
Yeah,
the point.
that's the good
You're
one.
a professional.
The amount of people that would have stopped the whole thing and run off. And,
yeah.
I mean, look, I could have done that. But at the end of the day, and I think Lucy and I are cut from the same cloth here. People are here for a show.
Yeah.
And even if I fall over,
And
I'm
you
going to
did
keep
show.
I'm going to keep lip syncing
Yeah.
because that's my job. My job is to entertain people.
100%.
And-
Just a little disclaimer. If you hear that,
That
it is
correct.
pouring rain here still at Dumb Bitch HQ.
It is not just pouring with rain. It is at the point where we're kind of going, is the roof going to fall in? Will we need a boat to get home?
Well, we won't use the company that employed the Titanic because they're dodgy.
and I
No.
think they don't exist anymore.
Thank God.
But 100%,
Now I'm curious.
back on the professionalism side of it. Who hasn't had a tumble
Me, I'm being on my
Um,
feet. Great.
when they've been performing? You've never fallen?
I've never, touch wood, fallen in the performance.
Well, I remember.
You're like, well, next time I'm going to marble the floor, bitch.
But I remember
I
a
was being sarcastic.
particular Genesis performance I was doing
Yes.
as Eddie Munson or Edelyn Munson, my femme Eddie.
Yep.
And I was coming off the tiny step stage
It's very
of the
small.
bar. Teeny
It's
tiny
very
step.
small.
But I have the shittest ankles of all time. And I was wearing sneakers.
Join the club. We've got jackets.
And I've got a little sign at home that says I don't always roll a joint, but when I do, it's my ankle. But anyway, my foot came up underneath myself. I fell, and I kept going. I threw up devil horns. I kept my song going. I think it was during Highway to Hell. And then later on, people were like, "Oh, and that when you were on the floor and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, when I fell." They're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, when I accidentally fell."
When I ate
And they're
shit.
like, "No way. That wasn't part of the routine." I was like, "No, I fell down."
And I mean, really, I do find it ironic because Connie always brings this up as well. And out of the three of us, of the Axis sisters, now for those of you who don't know, Connie Bathory, Lucy-Furr, and myself, Miss Patsy declined, we formed the Axis sisters, which think about the Andrews sisters in World War II, how they did, think of that, except we united mostly for booze and Taco Bell. That is what we united for.
And less hot and skinny and fat and cranky.
I kind of want to see a rendition of one of their songs. What's the
Boogie Woogie
yeah,
Little Boy.
yeah. From
Yep,
the three
and
of you.
afterwards we all get a cigarette and go, fucking hate people. I hate people, which, is a thing.
I mean-
but out of the three of us, Connie has fallen down at least 4 times that I know of where I've been on staff at a gig.
Look,
And
this happened.
which is fine. I just find it funny. They always bring up my single time, the one time I've fallen down
Yeah.
as a big girl.
But that's
Yeah.
that's because it's only been one time. If it
Yeah.
was more than once, they it happens
This-
so often with Connie
Well,
that
listen.
they can't fall around on it.
Connie does fall over a lot, but also she's got a lot of medical problems, and that's fine. She's allowed. But there's a few times, because out of the three of us, there's Patsy, who fell over the one time and we can't let that live it down. Me, I've never fallen down, and Connie takes all the falls. But out of the risk factor of all of us as performers, there's Patsy, who does a lot of ballads. There's me, who does a bit of punk rock. But then there's Connie, who sometimes sticks needles through her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't fall over
Face
and
first.
have needles. That's freaky.
Please don't. Do you remember the
That's
amount
some
of
Final Destination shit.
It's
Sorry.
funny because when you do certain gigs, you have to do risk assessments of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
And, as Lucy said, I do ballads. So my risk assessment is a paragraph.
Mhm.
Lucy's, which is like 2 paragraphs of, okay.
Might
this-
bite someone in crowd.
that's the limit of our
A-train
risk
bit
assessment.
babies.
And then there's Connie's risk assessment, which goes on for 7 pages.
Here's a novel.
Yeah,
Thank you very
it's basically like a cease and desist.
Which is why our insurance was so high.
Look, fair. I mean, and that she picked on you for falling that one time. She picks on me for falling once.
Yeah, because
Always.
it's funny. Because
It's hilarious. It
fall
was out
over.
of her car.
She punches up, but
She does. She does punch up. And you have to give credit where credit's due. I mean, look, I also only have a few medical conditions. I don't have the full. You know, have you ever played poker before, Nery?
Yes, I have.
So you know how you can have like a pair, a straight flush, a royal flush. With Lucy and my medical problems, we'd have like 3 or 4 of a kind.
Mhm.
And then there's Connie that has a royal flush of medical conditions.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
She's just like, there you go. I win.
I win all the time. All the time.
Do
every
I
time.
win?
Do I win? That's the question
Is
that
that
we
a
ask
game you want to
ourselves.
win?
Not really, no. But yeah, so that was my You're a Dumb Bitch. But
Love
look,
it.
we've also had many, 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 many shows together where no one's fallen over.
That's good.
And it, you know, except for Connie. But but it's okay. It's totally fine because we kind of build it into our risk assessment. We're like, okay, so Connie will fall over, and then Patsy will do a ballad, and then Lucy will do some juggling and some knives, and she might threaten the crowd a little bit.
and maybe transmit rabies once or twice. It's fine.
At this point, Connie should just put it into her routine.
She does.
Oh, does she?
She does.
She's
She
like
does.
a factor in a 3-minute in case. So normally when we get a drag artist on, I ask them drag questions, but I know everything about you. But just for the people listening, how long have you been doing drag, or how long did you do drag before you?
Went into my John Farnham semi-retirement.
Yeah, that.
So I didn't do drag per se to begin with. So I started. I actually started doing burlesque
Oh, nice.
at the Risky Business School of Burlesque under the tutelage of Australian burlesque royalty, Miss Safonda Blackman, because she is Safonda Blackman. And
I had to break it
Oh,
up.
I get it.
yeah, I know. She gave me my first gig back when.
So it's her fault.
Yes, it is her fault. I've shown Lucy my graduation video, which was the first time I took my top off in public and had titty covers, otherwise known as pasties.
Pasties.
It was good. They had sequins and yellow, but I also really love Patsy Cline, and that's where my name comes from. Is the great Miss Patsy Cline, who left us many, many years ago, but in her really, really short career and short life, comparatively, she packed a lot of living
Yeah.
into a short period of time. So I have that for her.
So you took that name and you're like, what am I going to do to her career? I'm going to put it on the decline.
Well, I always said that I'm like a bad American Express card. Declined.
It's because she's poor.
Yes, it is. It is because I have a dodgy credit rating. That is why. Not really. Not these days.
Beep
But,
it.
but yeah. So that's kind of how I started. And then I kind of moved more into drag, and
Beautiful.
yeah,
So
it was actually.
what was the reason you decided to transition more into drag?
Well, I've always kind of dressed up and done that sort of stuff. I've always known lots of queens as well. Like Priscilla's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I guess it was when I finished working in Sydney and I started working in Wollongong again after ages. And I was coming to Unity on the regular and seeing people like Lucy and some of the other performers like Victoria Vogue or Dee Dee Lamar, even Mariah Kenny. Seeing those.
You were literally about to say Mariah Carey. I was like, what
No,
the fuck?
no, Mariah Kenny.
Yeah.
I love Mariah. She's good people. And Miss Caravan Park as well, seeing those
What a
girls.
name.
Nice.
That's really what kind of inspired me. And it was actually one of our lesbian sisters who said to me, I said, I should get up there again. I've been doing burlesque. And she said, why don't you? I
Do
said,
it.
oh, no, I couldn't. She's like, but why don't you? And, so I got back on the horse, so to speak, and got performing again. And I really enjoy it. I've been really lucky in my career and in my artistic journey that I've had a lot of freedom to basically do whatever the hell I want.
Nice.
I got the opportunity to go to DragCon. I've got to meet Latrice Royale multiple times.
Nice.
Yes, she is as nice as what you think. Also helps that the last time I saw her, I brought her weed gummies because I was in California. So I went to a dispensary and got like a fistful of weed gummies, and I'm like, Latrice, I got you something. And she's like, baby, you can come back here anytime you want. So she signed my shirt and she's like, here, have this. And that was great.
That's
I
awesome.
wish I could get weed gummies just to scribble on people's things.
I mean, you know, it's the dream, right? It's the dream. But you know, I'm really lucky. One of my really good friends, Victoria Wint, is she's a North Hollywood cosplay artist, and she did the sponge dress in the style of Monet. She did one. So we went to see Monet at DragCon, and Monet was like, come, you know, you get to hang out with us.
Oh,
And
cool.
here's Patty, my assistant, and we got to have photos with her. And she was, you know, normally that's a paid experience, but, you know, that was for free. She was just that impressed. So
That's awesome.
I've been really, really lucky.
She gets around.
I've been very lucky in my career and also in my business partnerships as well, working with Lucy and I've worked together for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But
Rural century.
I've been very, very lucky because, you know, worked with really good people. You know, you work with some shit people in the
Of
industry,
course, yeah.
but
they're dead and we don't need to talk about them.
well, I mean, you know, they either get dead or, my God, Lucy, some of them have gotten fat, so fat. It's funny because we always say that, you know, obviously we wish them well and so on and so forth. But it's so funny when someone always has something nasty to say about your size or the fact that you're a bigger girl. When they get fat, oh God, it is the best thing
It's
ever.
like the best I told you so ever. It's like the one like green light to be like, I see. You
Especially
fat
if to
shame.
them that's the worst thing. Like
Yeah.
to ever think of,
Poetic
oh no,
justice.
what if I were to get fat like this person and
Yeah.
then they get fatter than you and you're like,
I know, because I mean, look, I'm on Ozempic. I can get skinny, but you know, they'll also be awful and fat as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'd rather be fat and happy
Yeah.
than skinny and awful.
I can lose
Yeah.
weight, but you're stuck with that face, babe.
and also that
personality.
attitude, like
Yeah.
imagine living like that. I mean, I would say thoughts and prayers, but I really don't think you deserve it. You're not worthy of it. I'd say thoughts and prayers for some
Well,
of them.
yeah, to quote Latrice, I may be fat bitch, but you're ugly and I can lose weight.
yeah.
It's true. It's 100% true. I mean, yeah. So I feel very lucky in my career. I feel lucky that I've been able to, you know, to build a nonprofit from nothing, from literally just an idea, to carry it to term as
And
my
then
baby.
Birth it out and kill it.
And then
later.
for Lucy and Connie to be present at the birth and help me push it out and give birth, it was a thing.
Refer back to the flamingo episode to see how that went.
Oh, you're the third
So
person in the
I was the
flamingo?
third person in the flamingo,
Yeah.
and I
Outed.
feel so sorry for Lucy and Connie because to me, Lucy and Connie are also very patient when it comes to like regular things. Like in their personal life, they're like organized and stuff. We just had all of this shit happen to us. And like there was no level of organization that could have prevented any of this.
Mm.
We were always so many contingencies, and everything just burned.
It was
To the ground. Like I don't know. I've never had that happen where so many things went so wrong so quickly
In
at
such
the
a
same
short
time.
period of time. But that's a whole nother.
They should make a
thing.
train wreck documentary about that.
They
Yeah.
should.
Has anybody
should.
seen Anastasia, as in the animated Anastasia
Yeah.
from the 90s?
Yeah.
You know where the train goes off over the ravine?
That was it.
That was the flamingo because and no matter what I did, I mean, there was nothing I could do. And because I was saddled with it, because it, you know,
Well, you birthed it, so yeah.
well, I mean, but a lot of the people that created it as well ran, or we had issues, or there was problems. What I should have done was run and walk away, but I didn't. I stuck it out and I finished it up. And look, we got to the end of it. Lucy had a mild caffeine dependence from it.
Mild.
I went to hospital. That was something. But let's skip all of that.
Well, before we skip, I'm not surprised you kept going with it because as we found out when you fell, you're very professional. So the fact that you stuck it out shows that as well.
Professional or stubborn?
I mean,
¿Por qué
Why
no
not
los
both?
dos?
a little bit of both. Lucy, Connie, and I always say that there is one reason we keep going, and that's mostly spite.
Spite
Yes.
does
Because
Like
nothing,
Houdini.
nothing will
Leave out
kill.
of spite.
Nothing will kill. Nothing will kill me.
That's good.
Well, moving to the chunk of the end of the episode, Patsy, do you have any random facts for us to blow our freaking little minds?
Oh yes, I do. Did you know that Kellogg's cornflakes were once a recommended to prevent masturbation?
I believe that we have spoken about this
Oh,
on the
yes.
podcast
But yeah,
before.
it's been
yes.
a while.
I love
Yes.
it.
It was a very
Bring it
early
back.
days. Bring it back.
And that the person who created it, he was a Seventh-day Adventist. So, for those of you in podcast land who don't know what Seventh-day Adventists are, they don't eat meat.
I didn't know that.
So they're
Okay.
vegos. But they also practice their Sabbath is Saturday. So they're kind of like Jew light.
Like Black
Um,
Sabbath.
Well, funnily enough, though, on July, Kellogg himself recommended if to prevent masturbation that children should be circumcised without anesthesia.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he was a
Ah.
horrible man.
Sweet baby Jesus.
And
Yeah,
that
pretty
for girls that they should have carbolic acid put on their clitoris.
Oh my
Ah.
god.
He was absolute piece of shit.
What
But
the
you know what's
hell?
funny? He recommended cornflakes because it was because
Crunchy.
it was a health food that would prevent that would encourage temperance and prevent masturbation. I just think it's so funny that Ferrero Rocher bought Kellogg's a couple weeks ago. So Ferrero Rocher chocolate.
The
I just
best
think
one.
it's so funny because it's kind of like temperance and health food and minimal excess, and we make excess our business model together as one.
As one.
I think it's so
Harmony.
funny. I think it's so funny.
Somewhere in
Jesus.
the middle somewhere.
Jesus Christ. Give
There's
us
a-
another one.
There's a Venn diagram in there somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Give us more.
Fruit Loops has to be in there. Oof.
What
Fruit
did you call me?
I had Fruit Loops today, and I'm just obsessed now.
I
Again.
can't eat Fruit Loops anymore
I know.
after the ants
I look.
in the flamingo. Back to that. No.
No.
Give us another fact.
I mean, let me think. Fun facts.
Or they can be fuckhead.
Oh,
Fucking
fa-
facts.
Yeah.
We don't hate a fucking fact.
Why are you
Yeah,
thinking about
no.
that? I did get
Well,
the details about the Titanic.
Oh,
thing.
yep.
They were defunct in 1934.
Good.
Well,
riddance.
as it should be.
That's how
Well,
it
did
should
you
be.
know that up until 1997, homosexuality was still illegal in Australia,
Really?
specifically in
Yep.
Tasmania?
Wow.
Yep.
That's ironic for Tasmania.
I know, right?
I didn't know that. No.
But it's funny because in the space of say 3 years, they went from the most homophobic to the most progressive in terms of laws. Like, they were also one of the first states to have anti-discrimination laws. They've really come around. I mean, I'm not all of it because we always joke, obviously, that Tasmanians, they're with their cousins or their brothers, so it's basically just multiple heads. So it's basically it's like a standard day in Warrigy. Really. I said what I said. It's me.
That's too much, and I don't know where you've been. You're on the ground too much.
It's true. But yeah, I do think it's funny that that Tasmania gets a bad rap because there's a lot of good things about Tasmania. Like the majority of Australia's marijuana is actually grown in Tasmania.
Is it?
Yes.
We're
You're-
moving.
Medical marijuana is grown in Tasmania, which I think speaks volumes about the kind of place that it is.
Yep.
I've heard it's quite chill though.
It's
very
pretty good.
vibe.
I mean,
As the kids say.
I work for an unnamed government agency, and I won't disclose what I do because it is
It's undisclosed.
It's NDAs.
Redacted.
it is redacted. But I have
You're going to use that soundbite a lot in this episode.
it is redacted. Feel free to use that at any point.
I will.
I have a lot of colleagues from Tasmania, and they're all really good people.
Nice.
So I feel very, very lucky, very privileged. I don't really have many fun facts other than I always think it's super funny. Do you know the amount of people that go ham on Diet Coke on how bad it is for you and how bad aspartame is?
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the most scrutinized substances in the world. And yet most of the studies that they've done on aspartame, they're like, no, it's really no worse or no better from you than any other artificial sweetener.
Really?
It's better for you than fucking high fructose corn syrup.
Well, yeah.
And the only
right.
reason the US uses high fructose corn syrup is because in their wheat belt, they can't grow sugar. It can only grow in the Caribbean because it's a tropical crop.
Yeah.
That's why it grows so easily in Queensland. Because have you seen them? They're all chopper. I said what I said. But it was to help US corn farmers because you can make corn syrup and that's a sweetener. So it was a way for them to sell excess corn and make money on it. Yeah. So there you go. There's a fun fact for you.
That is a fun fact.
There you go.
Well, that and
The more you know.
I mean, there is one other fun fact they have for you.
Go for it.
One other. MSG.
Mhm.
What do you think of MSG? Do you think it's bad for you?
Muggus.
I
Yes.
used to, and then I watched something, and my
Uncle
my,
Roger
that's-
loves MSG.
And my thought
Oh,
on it
I
changed.
love Uncle Roger as well.
Yeah.
I love Uncle Roger.
MSG as well.
What is
There's-
MSG?
So MSG or monosodium glutamate is a food enhancer you can put in. It's not salt, but basically it gives you that umami flavor that you can
What is
find.
unami?
So you might know it. You can find umami.
I'm allergic to seafood.
I know, but umami it's kind of a palate feeling. It comes from the Japanese word, and basically it just means it hits the spot. It's just the right kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
savory,
Mm.
like pizza shapes.
Okay, yep.
Um,
I'm following.
that umami, or when you,
Unami.
yes.
Ooh,
So
yummy.
you use that, and basically to create that flavor, normally in a lot of European cooking, we use the Holy Trinity or a mirepoix, which is onions, carrots, celery. Right?
Hmm.
Guess what? All of the panic about MSG. You know what it was about? Racism.
No, shit.
shit.
Really,
What?
right?
Ugh.
Racism
oh.
against Chinese people and other Asian minorities who use MSG as a part of their cooking and have used it for thousands of years.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And have nothing wrong with them. I personally am a big advocate for using it because if you've ever had Kewpie mayo, who likes Kewpie mayonnaise in the room here?
I
don't know
didn't
what
until
to
they
do.
I do
slightly
not like
changed
mayo.
the things, and now there's a warning fish label on it. So I don't have Kewpie anymore.
The OG Kewpie, that's all it is. It's regular mayo just with some MSG. And it's
Okay.
just made with it's made with more yolks than whites.
Well, Kewpie mayo is made from real life babies
that too.
because, like, tomato sauce has tomatoes and onions on it. Barbecue sauce has onions and tomatoes on it. It's weird that they are different, but are the same ingredients. But the Kewpie bottle has a baby on it. So that means there's baby in it, and it's flesh color. So
Babies.
Okay, then.
have this argument with me. I fucking dare you. Engage
I'm
or
not gonna
disengage.
Listeners, if you could observe the look that Nery is giving Lucy-Furr at this point in time, it is best described as the fuck just come out your mouth.
That's
happens
a
a
pretty
lot in
regular
this
He
look.
looks
yeah.
like how a cow looks at an oncoming train.
It's my calculating look. Like what? And then I'm
It's-
trying to figure it out,
Yeah,
putting the pieces
mental
together.
math.
Oh,
It's like that GIF.
Why
You
is
know,
there
the
a
one that has all
baby
the-
the GIF
on the
of-
Kewpie then? If there's not baby in it,
Maybe babies can eat it.
maybe babies make it.
I mean,
it is Asian.
anything's
Ew, it's
possible.
baby vomit.
ew.
Yeah,
but
why?
look,
I prefer it
if
to
you
be just
needed
babies
any
at
more
that
reason
point.
for me not to eat it, thank you. I don't eat mayos of any kind. Or white sauces. I hate them.
Bad news for Nery, I suppose.
I'm spicy. I'm good.
But you know you can get a cream for that nowadays, love.
Too expensive. I can't afford that.
I guess that we found someone else has the chlamydia over here.
That's okay. It's funny because MSG gets such a bad rap, but it's in things like corn chips.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you have a look on
Everywhere.
anytime, and listeners, you can do this. I want you to go next time you go to the shops, pick up a packet of chips, have a look on the back, and look for 621, number 621 preservative or flavor enhancer, as it's called. That's just MSG. That's literally all it
Slay.
is.
Wow.
They've just changed the name.
That's literally all it is.
Fair. I'm gonna have to
There
look
you
at that.
go.
Well, not to be a buzzkill, but I do love to bring the vibe down. that does bring us to the end of the episode.
It's
Aw.
sad.
Ah. Now, say goodbye, Nery.
Goodbye, Nery.
Say goodbye, producer.
Goodbye, producer.
Goodbye, Lucy. And goodbye to Miss Patsy the Clown.
I love you all. Get tested.